Good morning, everyone. This is Crypto Ant 9. I'm back with another video for you guys. So, in this video, I just wanted to discuss what's currently happening with Bitcoin at the moment. A little bit of crash that we had towards support. Do some on-chain analysis for you guys, and obviously talk about what I think is going to happen in the next week, month, couple of months time, etc. So yeah, so let me just quickly start this off by going through the chart I posted earlier on in regards to BTC and what we're happening. I have spoken about this range here that we've had previously, beginning of January all the way to 8th of Feb, and then we had this upside here, upside. Then we obviously started crash on the 12th of May, had a big drop there, then just kept dropping, and the 19th of May was the one brought us back down to support at 30,370. And then since in that region, I'll show you what's happened. Good. Let me just zoom in for you guys here. Look, this is pure range action, untradeable, really untradeable action of Bitcoin going up and down in this range. This is on the 1-day chart. So 19th of May, we came back down to support, came back up, recovered, came back down here, ended. We chopped here in the middle, recovered slightly here, fell back down, came back up, came back down, and now we're at this region of testing low 30,000s. And I've said this to you guys before, and I've said this a numerous amount of time. I'm looking at 30,370 to hold as support. If we're able to hold that area as support, then we're okay. Better to hold that and start fall under in this region here. If we start falling here, then I say to you, okay, we might have to change our agenda, obviously, how we are, whether we're bearish or bullish. Like I said, there's no need to panic at the moment. Again, this range has been going on for nearly 34 days. We came back up, came back down, came back up, came back down. We tested the same regions, and just again, we're in a range. We break under, we look at the market. We break above, we look at the market. Simple as that. And yeah, so that's my own chain analysis in regards to obviously what's currently happening with BTC at the moment. There's a lot of fear and panic in the market, and like I said, when we normally have fear and panic in the market like we have at the moment, with people selling and people buying, etc. And I'm just gonna bring up this the chart for you, the crypto fear and greed index chart. So we're currently at extreme fear. Yesterday was extreme fear, last week was at fear, and then last month was extreme fear. And obviously we haven't come above this range before. I've always said to you guys before, every time we're in fear, this is where you buy. People are buying at fear. Buy at fear, sell at greed. And I'll show you a chart, obviously, of Bitcoin since 2018, February, because I've put max, and this is the maximum we have, so we can't really see where the bull market was previously, 2017 and 2018, only the 2018 side. And I just want to show you a price correlation in between where we are at greed, where people are selling, and at fear, where people are buying. So let me bring it here for you here. Right, let's start with the 12th, the 13th, the 14th of March. Look, we had fear at 60, so 9, 8, 11, can't really where we are now, and that was due to obviously the pandemic, the March 2020 crash that we had. And obviously back then it was the price was at fear, and price was at the lowest. Let me show you what happened on here. Right, same thing, look, 12th of March and 12th of March. 12th of March is here, look, 14, followed by the 13th and the 14th. The price dropped. Look, people, fear was here. Guess what people were doing with fear? Look at this volume here. People were buying. People were buying. So in let me get you. So in this region here, See this? Fear was lowest, people were buying. Now let me show you the opposite. When we have too much greed. Let's take the 13th of April, for example, when it was at the highest price. There you go. 1475 was that extreme greed. Extreme greed was a greed for all this period. Look at here, March, all March was that greed. There was that greed. February as well. We was that greed. Greed. Anytime was that greed, people were selling. Look at that. 24th of April. There you go. Yeah. Simple as that, guys. Every time I earn, and this is obviously, don't say it's advice, I just want to give you some tip points about how greed and fear indexes work, for example, and how people use it as a method to buy and sell, for example. So a lot of people, when we have greed, sell. When we have fear, we buy. Pretty simple as that. That's what the whales are doing. That's what the big whales are doing. The retailers get really greedy. When we have greed, they keep buying, and then eventually when people start selling, people get wrecked. Go back down to fear, and those people that sold that greed are buying that fear. And the same thing is currently happening at the moment. Look, we're having extreme fear. Look, fear 10, same levels that we saw back when the pandemic hit. Look at that fear, and best believe people are buying in this region. And I will just do some more on-chain analysis for you guys now, show you obviously what I mean. So on this one, on this chart, we have the Bitcoin exchanges net position change of all exchanges. And I just want to show you here, every time we was in green, people were putting their Bitcoin in exchanges and they were selling it. So look, in this period here, people were pulling it there, price was going down. Every time they were taking it off exchanges and putting it into wallets, price was relatively going up. Here we had a little dip here, back to the exchanges. And then this period from January 21 to say April, all that period, people were holding it, the wallets, and not in exchanges. And look, price was going up. And then as soon as this mini dip that we had in end of April, I'll find that for you guys now. I'll show you. Right there, look, 26th of April. Same dip, look, 26th of April. And we started noticing people eventually were moving all of the Bitcoin into the exchanges. Which what that meant, that period here, that going up here, all this in green, people were selling all the Bitcoin here. People were selling. People were moving all the Bitcoin on exchanges and they were selling, hence the price was dropping down at the same time this was happening. And now we recently had a flip back to people buying Bitcoin again and move it back to cold exchanges, to the cold wallets. And obviously, if that can keeps happening, people start moving it there, we can start seeing price move up again. And this is another one on-chain analysis I wanted to show to you guys of long-term holders net position change. Again, it's very similar to the last chart I showed you guys. Again, when we have the red down here, people are selling, people are dumping, people are moving money. As they move it in, the long-term holders here, price is dropping down again here. So in this region here, look, people moving literally money onto exchanges and they were selling. And obviously this means bullish, people were selling. Again, same thing, people were selling as it was going up. And again, this is another thing obviously I want to show you guys, and I've spoke about it before in my Telegram page to you guys. in regards to when to buy, when to sell. Again, and again, obviously, none of the stuff that obviously I give to you as advice is non-financial advice. It's obviously I always want you guys to do your own research. You just hearing my opinion, obviously, on the market. I've said to you guys before in regards to obviously how I look at the market and how people were treating this market, and I refer it back down to to the greed and the fear index as one indicator. Obviously, when people are buying and selling. I'll just show you an example now, right? So what people were doing, let me do that for you. Right. What people were doing, I'll for you right here. Right. So you start. Right. So what people were doing as we was going up in price like this, people that maybe bought our long-term holders back in December or bought last year when it was super cheap, as we was going up in price like that, as we was doing that price movement here, what people were doing, people were not really buying at these levels. Your wells or your institutions were not buying at these levels. What they were doing, they were selling at these levels. And every time you see this dip down here, that was an indication of people that was selling as it was going up. Come up again, sold. Come up again, sold. Come up again, sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off. And this is obviously another thing that obviously I want to help to teach you, anyone in this group, and obviously if you have any questions in regards to it, and I'm happy to help, is it's something that was taught to me a while ago, and obviously something I want to pass on down to you guys, is when the price is moving up with BTC or Bitcoin, or I'm only talking about Bitcoin at the moment because any movement that have Bitcoin going up and down, it always refers back down to obviously how alts are doing. But let me just focus on BTC at the moment. So as the price, for example here, as price is moving up like that, price is slowly going up, greed is coming up. In the news, everyone's talking about Bitcoin. All the moon boys are talking about shilling all these coins, and for example, everyone's talking about it. Social media, your best friend's talking about it. Should I buy Bitcoin now? People will buy Bitcoin at 60,000, thinking it's gonna go straight to 100,000, etc. So as price was doing this, as price was going up and up and up, people were selling, and you can see the sell-offs here. That's one sell-off, the second sell-off, that's a third sell-off, and that's a fourth sell-off. And that's another thing I also want to drill into everyone's minds here. When we're buying, we want to be selling as we go up. Don't want to get greedy. We don't want to hold for too long. Okay, if you're a long-term holder that you bought, I don't know, ridiculously low prices are like under a cent for some altcoins, and it's now like a couple of dollars, I wouldn't be worried about that as much now. But what I'm trying to get across to you guys, when we're moving up in price, like this region here, when we're moving up like this, and this applies to altcoins as well, but obviously I'm using Bitcoin as the main example. When we're doing this price, we're taking profit. Going up, we're taking profit. Greed is going up, we're taking profit. Because we know once greed comes into the market and the sentiment of everyone's getting greedy, everyone wants 100,000, everyone wants, I don't know, unrealistic targets at the moment. What the whales are doing, they're doing the opposite of what you're doing. They're selling when we're going up. And what they do, they keep selling. So your retailer, your average Joe, what they're doing currently, they're selling they're selling down, they're barring into the fear of what's going on in the market here. For example, I'll just highlight this for you guys here. The retailer is all confused at the moment. This price movement here that we have. Look. So you look, that dip nearly 50%, right? Dip from that region here. The average person is literally panicking, they don't know whether to hold or sell, they don't have a risk management plan in place, they don't obviously how the metrics works on the market. So obviously what I'm trying to go across to you guys, every time we're going up in price And again, if this happens again in the future, which it will, for any altcoin from C-Chain price going up, take money as you go up. Take money, profits, reinvest when it drops down. Sounds simple, and I know it's difficult, obviously, to judge those, the markets and stuff like that, how it works. But obviously, I'm just trying to give you an example where majority of people that made money during this upcycle here that we had was selling while we were going up. Very rarely for anyone to catch the top here. If they did, they got really lucky. But literally, they sold, wait for the price to come back down. And they didn't rush back into the market. They didn't say, right, we're gonna sell here, buy here, and hold. Then this whole movement happened. You just kind of have to be a patient person in cryptocurrency. Like I said, if you're trying to get rich overnight, it won't happen. You just have to be patient. You have to wait for the market to show you its next move. And like I said, buy on fear, sell on greed. And obviously the on-chain analysis that I showed you from here showed you exactly that what was happening. People will move, then the long-term positions will losing. Look, they gain a lot of long-term position holders changed to the negative as price was going up. That doesn't show you that people were selling here as price was going up. I'm not sure what else we can show you. Anytime I'll show you here, look, people were dumping on people here, buying by dumping. And same thing here. Look, all this money were in exchanges, in cold wallets. Start moving to the exchanges, price goes down. People are selling here. People are moving Bitcoin to sell. There you go. Simple as that. Bitcoin to sell and then take all the profits. Now, now we're having to flip back to people that sold all this. They're reaccumulating like 30,000, which was our historic support. Which brings us back down to this chart again here. Again, look, support that's held since 1st of January. Support's held. And as long as we keep the support and we're ranging, that's fine. We lose that support, then we have to reevaluate the market. If we break above support, we still have to reevaluate the market. And yeah, and obviously, guys, I want to just give you obviously my opinion, obviously what's happening currently, because I've had a few questions from people like what's going on in the market, where are we, panicking and stuff like that. And obviously, I always say to you guys, the last thing you want to do is be panicking at this time. The reason why you're panicking, for example, if you're over leveraged, you use too much capital, do not put any stop losses in place, your risk management is not properly executed. And obviously all of the stuff that I just discussed now, those 4 main ones, I've discussed it numerous amounts of times in Telegram. I've given obviously you guys the strategies to do your risk management accordingly to that. And yeah, so that's my opinion on the market. And like I said, we've still got a long way to go. And obviously this is the same thing with that what happens on social media. Have all these big crypto influencers accounts saying, yeah, we're going bearish, or everything's messed up, we're not going to make it, that's it, Bitcoin's finished, it's going to go to zero. This has happened over the many years I've been involved in cryptocurrency, and obviously the sentiment that people talk about Bitcoin saying it's finished and it's not going to nothing's going to happen and we're going to go all the way down, etc. Again, like I said, just stay away from this noise, and like I said, look at some charts, see what's happening in the market, make your own opinion about where we're going. Obviously, I always say to you guys, the reason why this channel was created a couple months ago, and if you're part of it now and you're listening to this message, is demonstrate to you guys on-chain analysis on a daily basis. Obviously, helping you guys to become better traders, chart better, understand the fundamentals of cryptocurrency, where we are, where we're going, where we can possibly go. So it's just a few things like that obviously I try on a daily basis to keep everyone up to date, and obviously happy to talk to anyone one-to-one. Obviously for me that's very important, because obviously I like discussing with you guys individually where we are in the market, where we're going, what should your next stage be, and whether you need to be patient or not. It's all of this stuff. And And like I said, it's a long game, and stuff like this you get better over time. The only way I can say to you guys is think where you started and where you are now. And if you'll become a better trader from when you started, before you join this group, to after you join this group, then obviously I'm giving you some kind of impact, obviously, the work that I'm trying to put across to you guys. And yeah, that is my opinion for today. You know, and I have to see where the market takes us, and obviously we'll trade the way it goes going forward, whether we're going long, whether we're going short, etc. I always say to people, there's both ways to make money in the market, whether in a bull market or bear market. Like I said, you can either make money in both ways. Obviously, you can accumulate more in a bear market, but obviously you can make a lot more money whilst we're in the bull market without using leverages, just spot trading. So yeah, so it's a bit of a long video, but obviously I wanted to get to my points across to you guys today, and obviously help for you guys to understand what's happening in the market, and then yeah, go from there. Thank you very much.